Hey everybody, today's topic of conversation is just a little bit of a experience that I've been dealing with recently. While I've been focusing more on mobility and being able to use slight weight loads to exclusively body weight training to be able to help with some lagging muscle groups or just in general target things that are kind of difficult to either isolate or target effectively with body weight training. And one of them is just external rotation. So I've been really practicing hard on doing face pulls, which help with the external rotation of your shoulder instead of internal rotation. So that. So really been focusing on practicing pulling back and coming back, because in reality they're very small, usually undertrained muscles, and so that's been a very big target of mine. And I also think that it improves back musculature. It just looks really good when you start focusing on those two. You start seeing more of those individualized lines, the separation between the muscles, accentuation, especially when you start getting to lower body fat percentages, which I'm trying to do. So I've been focusing on that, but while doing that, I've also run into something that I didn't really know, and I didn't really approach before in a lot of my training, and that is the idea of like either a frozen shoulder or like a frozen scapula. And I realized it while doing rows, but I've never really been able to activate the left side of my back, like my left lat. I can depress the scapula, flex the lat, but like I just didn't have that much of a connection, And like even taking progress photos of the back of my body, you can see there's a very glaring issue where my right lat is just fully developed and my left lat it just isn't, Like I'm not using it. I need to focus on more unilateral training to help like develop that muscular imbalance or at least negate the effects of it. But all of that aside, while I was stretching my shoulders and trying to get in tune with like resetting my scapula, just good posture, these cues, I realized I can't externally rotate my shoulder more than like this much on my left arm. This one a little bit further. I don't know if you can see that, but I can go get it pretty much that far. But on my left one, let me get a little bit of distance. Left one, that's about as far as I can go, And then I start compromising, I start hitching the shoulder, but like truly cannot go more than that. Same thing with, let me adjust this a little bit, trying to externally rotate like this, making an L out of my body, about that far. My right's also a little bit of a suspect on this, but you can't go that far, And that really comes from incredibly overtrained internal rotation, so a lot of pushing movements. I mean, I have pulling movements, but not nearly in this direction, I don't do ring face pulls. It wasn't something that I had programmed in, and I never stretched it. A lot of people, as a corrective exercise, will do, wow, that sounds terrible up there. They'll do Y, T, W, L, or some sort of variation on that. And that basically works with the external rotators, getting you into good posture, getting your scapula in place. So I try to do those, and my mobility with it, like you just saw, like perfectly fine on the Y. Shoulders are down, depressed. The T is fine. And then there we are. I get a pop in my shoulder, can't get further than that. Can't pull my elbows down to my arms to get the L. I am incredibly tight with my external rotators. So I've been really focusing on doing a simple stretch. I'm gonna pull you up for this. That you can do if you have a wall or a door frame. But it basically just involves you take your arm and you place it into that position, right? Chest up. And for me, I'm going to do this side. I put my hand on the wall in that W. I pull my elbow tight to my body and I turn. And just simple as that. Don't have to go very far for me to feel it in my shoulder. And same thing, we just change the angle this time. So instead of doing the W that I'm tied in, I do an L, prop my shoulder, my elbow into my hip, and I just twist forward, and I feel it right in this back, up to my trap, all around the front. It just feels stuck, like you can't go any further, and it's just an extreme stretch. And play around with it. You shouldn't be feeling pain. If you can only go this far and you start feeling an insane stretch, that's as far as you're going to go. Just hold it. Hold it for 30 seconds to 2 minutes, depending on what you have. And I like to do 1 minute about 3 times on each side in each position into this W. And you can also do straight out, work on your T position. You'll feel that right across the chest. And you can also do this, but those positions I tend to be more flexible in. Oh, let me pull you down here with me. My apologies. So those are positions that I already stretch pretty frequently. They're already pretty flexible. They've got decent mobility in them. They can be improved upon, and I am actively working on it, but my severely lacking mobility, flexibility lies in that external rotation, in that W and L position, and that's personally what I'm working on. But those were a couple of stretches that I feel like have really been game changing. I've only done them for a short amount of time recently, like really, really new development. That's why I want to get this video out, share it with people that may be suffering from that. Like weak external rotators, just extremely weak pulling potentially, and just show you like those simple stretches. I think you do that consistently, you're going to see mind-blowing changes within the month. You're going to be performing optimally. You're going to feel like more blood flow going to your arms. Like I know it felt weird the first couple of times I finished my stretches, because I was like, oh shit, maybe I just hurt something, because I had this sensation like I was really feeling my arm, and that was really scary to me, because I didn't even know I was living in this state of just constant tension and like tightness within that shoulder capsule, my scapula. Like I didn't know it was just so messed up. So if you feel like you're struggling with that, or you do that test I was showing you and you really can't get it that far, I suggest you incorporate these stretches, and let me know in the comments section how it's been working out for you. Let me know if it works. And like always, like the video, subscribe if you want more content. I'm trying to be more consistent with it. Hopefully try and release a video every Friday. I'm not going to push it if I'm going to make shitty content. It's not worth it for you guys. So that's my goal, at least right now. Maybe one video every month, 2 weeks, just quick little things. But if you enjoy it, subscribe, come back, and I hope training goes well for you. See you next time.